Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Giselle and I review fragrances. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. It truly means the world to me. So guys, today I want to share with you my 10 favorite notes in perfumes and 10 matching scents. This is a niche edition. I'm planning on doing a mainstream edition with more affordable options. So if you're interested in seeing more, stay tuned. So guys, this is in no particular order. I want to start my list with one of my favorite notes, which is gardenia. And the matching scent for that one is Le Wild by Chantecaille. Chantecaille is a high-end skincare brand. It's super luxurious. Their products are amazing. This is not sponsored in any way, but I love their products. I love their fragrances, and that's why I want to talk about them. I already talked about their fragrances before. I think I never mentioned this one. And guys, as a gardenia lover, this is the best gardenia you can find in the market. There's nothing like this. Nothing like this. For example, this gardenia, I love it too, from Chanel's exclusives, but this is more like a green gardenia. It's a totally different thing. This is your heady gardenia, your creamy gardenia. This is out of this world. This is like a fresh black gardenia you would get from your backyard. It's creamy. It has tuberose, it has Casablanca lily, it has jasmine as well, it has musk, it has ambergris. It's absolutely stunning. It's crisp, it's clean, it's very, very modern. This is not your old school type of scent. It's absolutely delicious. It's very long lasting. I pull more than 8 hours and it's very intoxicating. It's not intoxicating like a gourmand could be or like a boozy fragrance could be, but it's very, very intoxicating. And I can tell you how many compliments I get when I wear this. Gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance, Le Wild by Chantecaille. So another note I love in perfumes is leather, and more than leather, I would say suede. And I love feminine leather or feminine suedes, and that's why I love this fragrance so much, which is White Suede by Tom Ford. This is absolutely stunning. It has rose, it has saffron, it has lily. It's delicious. It also has sandalwood, it has tea notes, it has olibanum, which is another word for frankincense. Frankincense gives, or olibanum, give fragrances that green, woody, dry type of note. Slightly spicy as well. It's very clean, it's very elegant, it's super classy. This is the only leather / suede fragrance I would wear in the summer months, even during the day. I think it's more like a nighttime type of fragrance, but I can pull this off in the summer and I get massive compliments. I feel super confident wearing it. It develops really nicely. It turns into a more creamy, smooth, buttery suede. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is more like the smell of a lambskin or suede jacket rather than the smell of a leather couch, if it makes sense. This is stunning, very refined. I think it's one of the most beautiful leathers in the market. I think this and Cuir de Russie by Chanel's exclusives are the most feminine leathers, because the problem with leather, first, not every skin type can pull this off, because on some people it turns a little bit sour, and some other people it turns a little bit too earthy or too animalic. So it's a difficult note, I would say, but if this works well with your skin chemistry, you're done. You don't need anything else. This is super nice, sexy. It's, as I said, classy, elegant, put together, clean, absolutely stunning. Another note that I love is passion fruit, and nothing better than this fragrance to embody that gorgeous and delicious fruit. Dahab by the House of Kajal. Guys, this is stunning. Actually, Dahab in Arabic means gold, and if you smell this, you will be able to understand that. This fragrance smells its price. It smells really expensive. It's not the most expensive fragrance out there, of course not even close. But it's an expensive niche fragrance, but let me tell you, like, this smells what you pay for. It's very sweet, but it's not cloying, it's not sickly sweet. It's super, super refined. It's very bright, very long lasting. It's very, very refined. It has green apples, it has musk, of course, passion fruit. It has amber, which makes this fragrance very sexy. It also has bergamot, which gives the fragrance a lot of spark and also a burst of freshness as well. Very, very nice. It also has cedar. I think cedar is super, it's a really nice note, like papyrus and other type of notes we are going to talk about, because those type of woody scents kind of balances out excessive sweetness, if it makes sense. So I can't even imagine how this would smell without the cedar, because it's really a very sweet fragrance. If you like sweet fragrances, you will love this, but it is sweet, but super, super refined. Some people think of when you describe a fragrance as a very sweet fragrance, some people might confuse it or think it smells cheap. No way. That's why I started saying that this fragrance smells like it's priced. It is a very sweet fragrance, no doubt, but it's very refined. Gosh, massive compliment getter also. Dahab by the House of Kajal. So guys, I love caramel in perfumes, and I couldn't find a better scent than this one to embody what a caramel-based fragrance is. And it is New York Nights by the House of Bond number 9. Bond number 9 is an each house, you probably heard about it. They have such a huge selection that I'm sure you will, if you want to try the brand, I'm sure you will find something for you, because it's amazing the variety of fragrances they have. They nail it with this one. I love it. I love it. And it has actually many notes that I truly love, which are gardenia, sandalwood. It has coffee. You don't really smell one note over the other. You can't really tell that one note is overpowering the other, but you can definitely smell a lot of those things. It also has patchouli, it has jasmine. I also smell banana. It doesn't have banana at all, but the blend, I think, brings out this type of scent. It smells a little bit like banana to me. This is a nighttime type of fragrance. I would say this is, I think you could wear this during the warmer months, but I think it's definitely good for the winter months, or the colder months at least. It's really, really nice. It's gourmand, but it's not sickly sweet. It's a very informal scent, in my opinion. It's like more flirty, playful, joyful, but of course you can wear it for a formal event. This is just my humble opinion. But it's a very, very nice fragrance. If you like gourmands, you have to try this. It's very sweet as well. It's not as sweet as Dahab, for example. This is way sweeter than this one. But nonetheless, none of them are really sickly sweet, if it makes sense. This is beautiful. New York Nights by the House of Bond number 9. So another note I love is sandalwood. And since I really love sandalwood, I have quite a few fragrances, so it was hard to pick one, just one. And I talk about Santal Blush by Tom Ford in another video, so I didn't want to repeat the fragrances, so I picked this one. But now I realize I already talked about this one, so I hope you don't mind. And it is Santal Carmin by Atelier Cologne. And I think it's beautiful. They only offer this, I think, in the smallest size, I think. Yeah. And it's a beautiful pouch. You can choose the color. You can choose what to engrave here. But let's cut through the chase and get to the fragrance. This is a stunning sandalwood fragrance. Very, very beautiful. It's an oriental woody scent. It's very sweet. It's very, very creamy. I think this is the perfect sandalwood to me, because it has everything a sandalwood has to have. I don't like excessive dryness. I don't like too much woodiness. I don't like too much earthiness. So this is perfectly balanced for me. It is definitely unisex, but it leans more feminine. It's sweet, it's creamy, it's slightly spicy. It has one of my favorite notes, which is saffron. It also has vanilla. It has papyrus. As I was explaining before with the cedar, it's a note that balances out sweetness. I don't mean that it's used for that purpose only, of course not, but this is what it does actually. It balances out excessive sweetness, and this is a super sweet fragrance, a super sweet sandalwood. However, it's not cloying, it's not sickly sweet, and I think the papyrus has a lot to do with that. Stunning, massive compliment getter, super long lasting. And I tell you, people love it. It's a really a crowd pleaser. Santal Carmin by Atelier Cologne. So another favorite note of mine is Orchid, and I couldn't find in the market anything better than this one. This fragrance, it's a raw orchid, and it's called Orchid Bloom by Shanghai Tang. Shanghai Tang is a high-end brand from China. It's based in Hong Kong, and the head of the house passed away, David Tang, so they discontinued the fragrances. So if you find this, let me tell you, you have found a unicorn, because it's a really hard to find one. It's an amazing fragrance. Orchid, like the gardenia flower, are fantasy notes because the flower itself is both are very delicate, very fragile. So it's not possible to distill or boil or squeeze the petals to extract the oil. So they had to recreate the oil in the lab. However, this is so real, so raw. It's the only flower I can picture when I smell this. It's an orchid. Absolutely stunning. It's classy. This is sophistication in a bottle. It's very crisp, very clean, very feminine. This is something I would wear, for a wedding at the beach or for a cocktail also at the beach during lunchtime. It's delicious, super sophisticated. I also love the design. It has the zoo symbol, which means longevity. Everything in the Asian culture is super symbolic, and I love it. Beautiful fragrance. Again, if you find this, you have found a unicorn. So guys, another note that I love is oak moss. Oak moss, I realize that makes fragrances very unique because it makes the fragrances very dewy and very watery. And I think this is the best example. Gris Dior by Dior, the house of Dior. This is a very dewy rose. It has sandalwood, it has oak moss, it has patchouli. The patchouli is really nice here as well. But the oak moss, I think oak moss and rose are center stage because it really makes this fragrance pretty unique. Instead of being like a generic type of rose, this is very dewy, very fresh. This is like a fresh plucked rose from your backyard in the early morning hours. I can even imagine the rose with the tiny dew droplets on the petals. It's so stunning. It's so beautiful. It's sheer, it's transparent, very feminine. Absolutely beautiful fragrance. Perfect for daytime, for a first date as well. Gris Dior by Dior. Now we come with Bleu Turquoise by Armani Privé. So let me tell you something. This has been launched together with Bleu Lazuli because the house wanted to do an ode to Indian spirituality. So the blue color in the Indian culture is huge. It means a lot. And the turquoise in this particular case, because this is the fragrance I'm talking about, the turquoise color is where the sea meets the sky. And on the other hand, they wanted to pick this color as a tribute to the stone because it's a very old stone. It's a gem. It's beautiful. And it has healing powers and protection power. It's meaning for protection actually. So the bottle, the design, everything has a lot of meaning. And the fragrance is like to die for. It's a very different fragrance. It's very unique, very unusual. It's an aquatic, ozonic marine fragrance. And those are notes I love, ozonic/aquatic fragrances. This is why it made it to my list. This is very salty. It's more, I would say ozonic more than beachy, because when we say beachy, people tend to think it's a tropical type of scent. This is not. This is conversely. This is salty. It's very marine. It's fresh. It's mineral. 100% unisex. It's very salty. It reminds me of being in the ocean, in the open air. It also has incense and it has black pepper because those are typical things you find in India. And again, the house wanted to do like an ode to India's spirituality. So there's a lot of the Indian culture here. Yeah, this is a beautiful fragrance. As I said, very unique, very unusual. And I think it definitely deserves some credit. Beautiful fragrance. My other favorite note is Orange Blossom. And I talked about this fragrance before because I can't have enough of it. It's Granada by Memo Paris. Memo Paris is also in each house. Everything they do is impeccable. They have pretty minimalistic type of bottles. They are all the same. They just changed the design here. Granada is my favorite. It's stunning. It's been inspired by Granada, the city. It's a city in Spain. Beautiful city, by the way. It has pomegranate, which gives fragrances a sweet type of tart, sour type of smell, but this is really sweet. You don't get any tartness here. It's very fruity as well. It has orange flower, it has bergamot, it has jasmine. Beautiful. It has vanilla, it has tonka, it has musk. It's not really musky. You don't feel like you're on a cloud when you wear this, but it has some type of coziness that it definitely comes from the musk. Beautiful fragrance, super bright and sparkling. It's also creamy. Projection is a beast. Sillage is a beast as well. Gorgeous fragrance. I think this is, without a shadow of a doubt, the best orange blossom in the market. I think this is a winner. Granada by Memo Paris. And last, another note that I love is vanilla. Everybody loves vanilla, I think. And I pick a very, very unique vanilla in my opinion, which is, it's Bois Dore by Cleef and Arpels. And I picked this vanilla because we are more used to the extreme gourmand vanillas, but I'm kind of getting tired of that trend. I don't want to smell like a walking cupcake, right? I love vanilla, but I like the mostly non-gourmand vanilla. I like the most airy vanillas, softer vanillas, even vanilla and leather, or this one, for example, it has tobacco notes. I'm not a big fan of tobacco, but here it's very, very soft, like super soft. It's not even smoky at all. It has almond, it has tonka, it has musk, it has cedar. This is more like a skin scent. I would say this is also office safe. And this is a fragrance I would wear more for an intimate encounter or for a first date, for example. It's super nice. This can definitely be a signature scent. You can pull this off all year round, day and night, any type of occasion. This is a type of fragrance that you can never go wrong with. Bois Dore by Cleef and Arpels. So guys, this has been all for today. My 10 notes with the 10 matching fragrances, niche edition. Wait for my mainstream edition. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you consider subscribing if you're new here. And I want you to stay healthy and safe. I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.